is ABC15 News, taking action.
4:30, and we start with breaking news from overnight. A man shot at a Phoenix bus stop. We have a live report in just moments.
They're shooting people every day, and I know that they would do the same to my brother.
A manhunt is on after a suspect slips away from police. Why authorities say the man they're looking for is a danger to everyone. And we could be getting a break from the heat. Showers are on their way, and Iris Hermosillo is working on your most accurate forecast on this Friday morning. Good morning, 4:30. I'm Dan Spindle.
And I'm Christopher Stein. Danielle Lerner is off today. And right now, let's get over to the ABC 15 live desk as I walk over here because we're getting brand new details into the ABC 15 newsroom in the studios here regarding a breaking news story out of Phoenix this morning where one man is in critical condition after he was shot near a car wash, reportedly at a bus stop. Let's get right now to ABC 15's Katie Connor. She's live at 27th Avenue and Northern. Katie, good morning to you.
Good morning, Chris. Phoenix police are still looking for the shooter. The shooting actually happened last night. Here's what happened. Around 11:15, there was a male and female sitting at this bus stop. At that time, there was a man walking north here on 27th Avenue. He got into a verbal argument with the man sitting at the bus stop. That argument escalated, and that's when the man at the car wash pulled out a gun and fired at least 5 rounds at the bus stop. It hit the man in the chest, and it sent bullet fragments into the woman. The shooter took off here before police got to this scene. This is exclusive video of the scene from last night. ABC 15 was here when police were trying to find the shooter and continuing to look for him. The man was taken to a hospital here and is in critical condition at this time. Back out here live, I do want people to know that 27th Avenue to 1 block south of here is shut down. Police continue to investigate. They think it's going to be shut down for the next couple hours. So just if you're waking up and going to head to work, make sure to avoid this area if possible. Chris?
Okay, Katie Connor will be checking in with you as soon as you get another update. Please let us know. Come right back to you. More breaking news to get to overnight. Look at this video here. A pedestrian hit by a car at the intersection of 32nd Street and McDowell. Officers tell us the driver did stop, and at this point, they are making no arrests. Now, officers on the scene plan to update us on the condition of that injured pedestrian here in just a little bit. Meanwhile, that intersection should be reopening, say, within the next 60 minutes or so. Certainly let you know. But our breaking news doesn't end there. Also breaking overnight, a manhunt is on in Buckeye for a man officers say threatened to kill some of their police officers. This is him right here. Let's go full page here. This is Domingo Perez III. Officers say he snuck out the back of his home when SWAT officers used an explosive kind of a flash grenade there to break down the door. The suspect's sister spoke exclusively with ABC 15. She believes Perez is harmless and is now afraid of what will happen to him.
You see all this police activity, and they're shooting people every day, and I know that they would do the same to my brother, and I just want him to be safe.
All right, get another look at your screen. Police consider this man armed and dangerous. They're extremely concerned. If you see him, let police know immediately. That's our breaking stories from overnight, but we have a developing weather situation we need to get to right now. Our weather expert, meteorologist Iris Hermosillo.
Yeah, Chris, the rain, the dust started rolling in yesterday, and this morning, many of us could see a bit of a wet commute here as you're heading out the door. ABC 15 Desert Doppler lighting up with showers and storms around the region. This is a wider view, but let me take you into the city. Again, Phoenix right now had some showers rolling in. Now we've got new showers rolling in from the south in Ahwatukee, also parts of Chandler. Those showers pushing to the north could produce some gusty winds and some moderate rainfall as they push north. We've also got activity down in Maricopa and then a stronger storm down near Buckeye. That one is moving northeast. It'll hit Goodyear, it'll hit Sun City, and then eventually keep moving off to the northeast. So some active weather here this morning, and this is just the beginning for today. I have your most accurate forecast. We'll talk about how long these rain chances are sticking around in just minutes.
A great heads up as we start this Friday. Iris, it is 4:34 to a developing story that we are tracking right here on ABC 15. You saw this first right here with us in our newsroom. A woman accused of faking cancer to get our state to pay for her late-term abortion. She is now behind bars in our state, speaking out for the first time.
I have nothing but the utmost desire to get this handled. I have a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old in my custody. Had I known about any issues with the state or have been questioned, none of my family has been questioned. I haven't been questioned in regards to any of this. So I just found out about both. And had I known about the DUI, which I found out about yesterday, I would have been here in 2012.
30-year-old Shalise Zeidner arrested at the airport Wednesday night. This story just keeps taking new turns here. She also told a judge that she is now in medical school. Meantime, we're tracking a new lawsuit as part of our state's abortion law, requiring doctors to tell women that it is possible to reverse a drug-induced abortion. A group of Arizona doctors with the backing of Planned Parenthood is filing the lawsuit to get that part struck down in court. They're claiming they're being required to lie to women. Today is Judgment Day for the Glendale mother convicted of killing her 5-year-old girl. This afternoon, we will learn if Iris Hunter will spend the rest of her life in prison. Investigators say that she dumped the body of Jessie Shockley in a trash bin 4 years ago. During the trial, Hunter's 17-year-old daughter said she witnessed her mother abusing Jessie and locked her in a closet. The suspect in a string of East Valley sex assaults also set to be sentenced today. DNA evidence and surveillance video helped police find Aquanzi Owen Jr., a survivor from one of his attacks, a 92-year-old Tempe woman. She wrote a letter to Tempe PD thanking them, writing, quote, "I had hoped to use my computer to write a thank you, but so far I haven't been able to get it to work." She goes on to say, quote, "The kindness and respect shown to me was simply awesome. Please share my humble thank you." 4:36 as you wake up. It is the latest exchange in the battle over education in Arizona. Governor Doug Ducey now has a plan to increase spending at schools in our state, K through 12 education specifically. The governor's plan calls for more money to be taken from the state's land trust account. Money in that account comes in part from land that the state sells off. Now, the federal government gave Arizona the land in the early 1900s. The money would be increased by 300%, up to a total of about $1.8 billion over a span of 5 years. The man who used to run the land department described the fund this way. Listen.
You could look at this as your rich uncle had purchased a huge amount of land over his lifetime, and when he passed away, he put it into trust and wants it to be used to generate money for generations to come.
Thank you. Voters would have to approve the idea. That would happen next year because it would require a change to the state's constitution. Stand by for that. Meantime, the Arizona Board of Regents has approved new cuts at the universities here in our state to work around the latest budget. ASU will reduce their spending by more than $61 million. NAU is postponing maintenance projects and is closing 2 research centers and contract renegotiations. Now, the U of A, their budget reduction would be a reallocation with a total of more than $43 million. So a lot of shifting of funds at our state universities. Chris?
Dan, happening right now, 4:38, we're coming up on it. We're tracking brand new developments here from the ABC15 Live Desk involving a massive cyber attack on the U.S. government. Now, this morning, officials are calling this the largest breach of federal employee data they have ever seen. The hackers now have the personal information of up to 4 million current and former government employees. Analysts say it could be used for financial fraud or worse, for espionage. Now, the feds say those hackers work for China. This all comes after last week's cyber attacks against the IRS. Let's get back to Iris right now.
Oh, guys, I want to show you this video this morning of severe weather taking a toll on Colorado. You see that massive tornado there. Wow. This is just one of several tornadoes that hit the state yesterday. At least 25 homes were destroyed or damaged, but thankfully, no one was injured. The storm also brought marble-sized hail to several cities just outside of Denver. And you know, we had some hail to deal with yesterday. Cave Creek getting some small hail yesterday, and this morning we're tracking more thunderstorms in parts of our area, including in the valley near Buckeye. You can probably hear that lightning outside this morning if you're waking up in Buckeye. That lightning with that storm that is moving off to the northeast. It is going to continue to move northeast, eventually hitting spots right along the 10. So if you're commuting here within the next hour from the West Valley to the East Valley or to downtown Phoenix, that could be an issue for you. Keep that in mind. You might consider giving yourself some extra time. And scattered showers and storms also moving in across the East Valley here this morning, producing some moderate rainfall. So if you're commuting inbound, maybe on the 10 or on the 60, again, could watch for some wet roads here this morning. Now, temperature-wise, we're sitting at 81 degrees. We have some breezes, more moisture in place across our area, and the rain chances are sticking around. We'll talk about how long coming up.
All right, Iris, time now. Coming up on 4:40 and here from the ABC15 CenturyLink Prism Traffic Center. Want to let you know there's some road maintenance forcing some closures right now. Boy, look at it right here. This is kind of a mess. The off-ramp at the I-17 North at 16th Street. I-10 East transition ramp to the I-17 North. However, in just about, I'm looking at the clock here, about 20 minutes from now, all this will be reopened. That's the schedule as of right now. Everywhere else, smooth sailing, but I do want to let you know as we look live right now, US 60 Mesa Drive right here. It looks great, and as a matter of fact, our Allison Rodriguez is in this area, and she was reporting here to the newsroom that she actually saw a few sprinkles in this area this morning. Iris is updating the forecast. Desert Doppler is in full effect right now, Dan.
20 minutes to the top of the hour. Did you stay up late like I did last night and witness this game? It was worth it. You might be tired today, but it was worth it. For the first time in 40 years, the Golden State Warriors have the chance of being NBA champions. Last night's Game 1, an instant classic right here on ABC 15. We start at the end of regulation. Game tied. LeBron James tries to get the win with that last-minute jump away three. Didn't happen. Shumpert tries it. Didn't happen. Kind of desperation at the end there, but it was all Golden State once overtime started. Steph Curry finishing with 26 points. The Warriors survived a 44-point effort by LeBron James, the King. Got to say, Andre Iguodala, former Arizona Wildcat, he looked great too. The Warriors take Game 1, 108-100. Game 2 set for Sunday night at 5, right here on ABC 15.
All right, the time now, 4:41, and still ahead. A deadly shooting in Colorado has police on high alert. How this could be related to two previous attacks.
And then he was biting my ankle and took a great big hunk out of my ankle. And I fell down.
Just a horrifying story from a Valley woman mauled by a pit bull. How you can help her this morning.
Coming up on 4:45, and right now I want to let you know we are following breaking news this morning. A man is in critical condition after a shooting at a bus stop near 27th Avenue in Northern. This is a live look from our crews on the scene here, giving us a great vantage point of the investigation unfolding. What we're learning at this point is a suspect reportedly got into an argument with a couple of people. Then up to 5 shots were fired. The victim was hit in the chest. And police officers right now are searching for a suspect this morning. Katie Connor is on the scene. She's going to join us momentarily with new information. Meanwhile, I just tweeted out about this coming up right here. I got to tell you about this new video just coming in. Look at this right here at your screen. A sinkhole opens up in Sheridan, Colorado. If you're not familiar, that's about 10 miles south of Denver. Check out that police SUV right there. Just swallowed up. It could have opened up because of all the rain that they've been having in that area. By the way, the officer who was in this vehicle was transported to the hospital after they managed to get out of that SUV. I'm told the officer is expected to be okay. No major injuries to this one, but my goodness, you see that right there. All right, moving on here, back at the ABC 15 Live Desk. Speaking of Colorado, police there are trying to track down a possible serial shooter after another mysterious deadly attack on Wednesday night. Now, this is happening 50 miles north of Denver. It is the 3rd time this has happened in less than 2 months. 2 people have now died, and local police are now asking people to think twice before traveling alone.
I think it's a good idea, even when you're walking. And when you have an opportunity to double up with somebody in a car, share company with each other in the community to the extent that you possibly can.
Well, police say the first 2 shootings are indeed connected. They're now working to see if Wednesday's shooting is connected in all of this, Dan.
Chris, you're tracking the breaking news. Yes. You're following more stories. I just want to draw attention to this. You see Desert Doppler in the corner of your screen. Iris is working hard on the most accurate forecast. We just want to make sure you know where the rain is at all times as you head out the door. That being said, let's get on to a different story out of Boston right now. This one involving a foiled terror plot. Officials believe those men had contact with ISIS. Police saying that Osama Rahim had even called his father to say goodbye on Tuesday morning. It was that call, overheard by investigators monitoring his activity, that forced them to take action. Officers then approached him outside of a pharmacy that day before he got on a bus.
We didn't want to get him on an MBTA bus because he very well could have acted out on the bus, but we knew the urgency was there that we had to get to him.
Investigators say that Rahim and a relative of his planned to ambush police officers after abandoning plans to kill anti-Islamic activist Pamela Geller.
Everybody want to know, yes, I did kill her!
Boy, dramatic outburst here out of a Detroit courtroom from a mother who admits to killing 2 of her children and putting their bodies in a freezer. That was Michelle Blair. That was directed toward the 2 fathers of those children, saying they left her all alone. Prosecutors argue Blair's 2 surviving kids should go into state custody, calling their fathers deadbeat dads. Only on ABC 15, a long, painful, and expensive road to recovery for a Valley woman in need of your help after she was viciously attacked by a dog. We want to warn you, the images are pretty disturbing here. Linda Lloyd's friend set up a GoFundMe page. Boy, take a look. This is in order to help her pay for the extensive medical expenses that she has. She'll have to have a number of procedures, and she will have to get a new ear. They'll have to reconstruct that because of last Friday's attack.
He bit me and he chewed on me and he didn't stop, and it was like 20 minutes of screaming and carrying on.
The dog had to be put down. The owner of the dog will not face any citations because it happened on private property.
All right, this morning, you're probably hearing it outside your window. The lightning impacting parts of the valley here this morning. ABC15 Desert Doppler wanted to step out of the way to give you a nice wide view of all of the stormy weather that we're tracking here this morning for that morning commute. Now, let me take you to where the strongest storm is right now. It is just southeast of Buckeye, moving into Goodyear. Goodyear, if you're waking up hearing that lightning, this is what it is. It is producing some moderate to heavy rain in some spots, so be on alert as you are maybe heading out the door. Maybe you're traveling, commuting in along the 10 from Goodyear or Tullison. This is going to create some wet roads here this morning, and this storm is going to continue to move northeast. So right now it's moving into Gilbert and parts of Litchfield Park. Eventually it's moving into Glendale, Sun City. You'll get hit by it. Peoria, you're in the track of this storm, and then eventually that will move up towards Deer Valley. So some very active weather moving into the West Valley here this morning. Give yourself extra time to head out to work so that you're not late with this storm that is moving off to the northeast right now. It is again producing some lightning as well. And then we've got more active weather across the Southeast Valley and across Pinal County here this morning. Maricopa, you've got some scattered showers and storms. You've got another batch of moderate to heavy rain moving in. Remember, the red is the heavier rain. The green indicates that lighter rainfall, but we do have some spotty heavy rain heading back into Ahwatukee. Chandler, you're getting rain. We're also tracking rain out near Gilbert. All of that moving northeast. The radar right there, so it's tough to see right around the radar, but I can tell you we've got some showers right around Queen Creek. Those are moving into Apache Junction, so parts of the 60, the Santan, Loop 202, the Red Mountain 202 going to be impacted by this as those storms move northeast. And all of this weather is tracking to the northeast, and we've got more to our south, so we are not done with the rain chances. This moisture continuing to stream in from the south. You can see the rain and the clouds off to our south as well. Those rain chances will stick around as that area of low pressure continues to bring in that moisture. So as you go through today, plan on scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Rain chances lingering into this evening before we start to see things clear out overnight. Our rain chances are at 30% throughout the day today. Again, some of you may experience a wet drive into work today. The chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms will linger throughout the day, even around lunchtime. This evening, a chance for storms. Rain chances continue overnight. Then, as you'll notice in your most accurate 7-day forecast, tomorrow, a 10% chance for rain early morning before we dry out. And we do dry out through Monday before it gets more humid, and we track rain chances again next week. Hey guys, I'm tracking all of this rain that's going to continue to impact us for your morning commute coming up in just a few minutes.
ABC 15 Traffic Now, brought to you by CenturyLink Prism.
Iris, we also have crews out and about, just so you know, monitoring the weather conditions, and they're going to be reporting back to you here momentarily. Meanwhile, live look outside I-17, I-10 split. The transition ramp from eastbound I-10 to northbound I-17 is opening in just about 10 minutes from now, so everything should be okay for your commute. Meanwhile, a wide look at the maps here. The off-ramp northbound I-17 at 16th Street, also opening here in just about 9 minutes. Other than that, I have nothing else to report, but I do want to let you know our crews are out and they are monitoring some of that lightning and the rain that Iris was just talking about. That, so stay with Iris for your local forecast.
It's a great day, Chris, because it is time to go nuts for donuts. Today is National Donut Day, and to help us celebrate, there are several places here in the valley giving away donuts. Jules Bakery is one of them on Thomas. They're offering buy one, get one free. And at the Refuge on 7th Avenue, you can get a free Sconut. Krispy Kreme Valley-wide, of course, giving away free donuts all day. Dunkin' Donuts offering a free donut with the purchase of a beverage. And Fractured Prune, those are good ones. They have a couple of different deals at several Valley locations. Well, Baxter is one cat who may like dogs, at least enough to let them into Chase Field. What is in store for you and your dog, and how else you can spend your weekend?
In today's Tech Bites, it's about to get a lot easier to buy an Apple Watch.
Yes, finally, customers will be able to pick up some models at their local Apple retail stores by the end of June. The Apple Watch has only been available thus far for purchase online. Turn to Google Street View now. It is now going into the deep.
Yeah, the popular mapping site now features underwater tours of 40 spots around the world, including Bali, American Samoa, and the Great Barrier Reef. Google posted the new images to coincide with World Oceans Day, which takes place on June 8th.
Also, finally from us here, 6 games have been inducted into the first ever Video Game Hall of Fame. The list ranges from Pong, which debuted back in 1972, to World of Warcraft, which launched just in 2004.
Well, the other titles on the list are Tetris, Super Mario Brothers, of course, and Pac-Man.
Hours and hours of fun.
Yeah.
Those are your Tech Bites, folks. Have a good one.
All right, it's Friday, and if you're looking for things to do, ABC15 always has you covered, right?
Oh, yes. You got to start your weekend off in downtown Glendale for some fun. It is the Summer Scavenger Stroll. Starts today at 4 o'clock, and that is at the Glendale Visitor Center.
All right, after the hunt, head down to downtown Phoenix for the American Sabor pop-up mural project. It's at Pa's Cantina from 7 to 9 p.m.
Also tonight, get ready to rock. Whitesnake is live at Talking Stick Resort Pool. That is at 8 o'clock.
That's awesome. All right, tomorrow night, you can take your dog out to the ball game. Get your pooch to Chase Field at 6 p.m. for a puppy parade, and then stick around to watch the D-backs face the New York Mets.
Bark in the Park, always fun. Then on Sunday, you can watch the best hairstylists in the Valley go for the gold. Yes, they are competing in the Hair Wars. That also at Talking Stick Resort. Doors open at 5.
And boy, there is so much more where all this came from. Head to our website right now, abc15.com, for even more things to do this weekend. Iris?
Well, you know what? The sun barely coming up, but we are getting a loud wake up with storms rolling into the valley. I'm tracking them all for you coming up next.
And we have our teams fanning out across the valley, tracking that weather as well for Iris. Meanwhile, the time now 4:56. A man is in critical condition after a shooting overnight in Phoenix. The latest on the hunt for this attacker.
A suspected killer tries to kill a witness while behind bars. We're going to tell you about the plot that he may have hatched to try to get away with this crime. We have another full 2 hours of ABC 15 Mornings. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Iris Hermosillo tracking that most accurate forecast. Could be a wet one as you head out the door. Stay with us.